Brandon here, time for another episode of SexxxPerTease. Today's question is, how can a throuple make the relationship work? Well, during these trying financial times, I feel like throuples might be on the rise. Better to split rent 3 ways than 2 ways. But I feel like the biggest thing to try to make a throuple relationship work is that you have to genuinely like both other people. And I feel like, personally, I don't think I could ever be in a throuple just because I feel like it's hard enough finding one person you're truly madly passionately in love with, but then to try to find 2 people you're truly madly passionate in love with, I just think it's impossible, probably for me. But I mean, I don't think that it's impossible to make a throuple relationship work. I just think it's really hard to feel like it's going to be truly fair, equal, and balanced. I feel like there's probably going to be always you like one more than the other, and then when it starts to feel like you're being ganged up on as the odd one out, that's definitely going to cause problems. So I feel like to avoid that, you have to always make it feel like whenever there's a disagreement, and again, there's so many disagreements just in a one-on-one relationship, so now when you have 3 different people, there is going to be disagreement. So it's in a way, compromise is, I guess, majority rules, but if one person always feels like the majority is ruling against them, the relationship is not going to be sustainable or viable because they're always going to feel like the other 2 are ganging up on them. So you have to always make it feel like conflicts is being solved fairly, things are being treated equally. Now you have to divide everything, not just 50-50, but I mean, 100% doesn't even divide 3 ways, so that's 33.9999. So there's there's still something always left out. So then in a way, you can metaphorically interpret that as no one's ever going to be fully satisfied, because again, even in a one-on-one relationship, it's hard for both people to even feel satisfied. So in a throuple, it's hard to believe all 3 of you are going to be satisfied by every decision, but then you also have to make it fair that you divide everything equally. If there's conflict, you solve it rationally. Everyone needs to feel heard and validated, and you can't always make it feel like one person's always in the wrong. You have to at least acknowledge their feelings or let them get their way sometimes. And then it's then I also feel like it could end up with one person stuck in the middle, and then you always have to try to appease this person, then appease that person, and then it's not going to work. And it's I don't want to be negative and just feel I mean, throuples are definitely not meant to work long term, but I personally feel I'm skeptical if they can work long term, especially since I feel most people might enter a throuple just because it's something fun to try, or something fun to say, ooh, I was in a throuple one time, or you are in a financial hardship, so you are going to split the bills 3 ways until you get yourself on your feet and then bounce. So I don't know. I just don't think it can work, but I really think the best way to try to make it work is make everyone feel heard and validated. So if there is conflict, don't always side with one person over the other, even if you may always personally side with one over the other. You still have to make everyone feel included, especially sexually too. You can't only be paying attention to one partner. You have to at least make both feel satisfied. But then it's also they each have to like each other. So it's you don't want to be in a throuple where it's they both like you, but they don't like each other, because then that's just going to lead to conflict, and then you're going to make one person feel like the odd one out, and that's going to lead to more conflict and drama. So there's 3 people in a relationship just feels like endless drama, or maybe just because I'm bitter, because I'm 2 people relationships have just been endless drama for me. So 3 people would just be the second I feel you all are making me feel like the odd one out, whether it's I'm not feeling included sexually, I'm not feeling included emotionally, I'm not feeling included you have inside jokes together and I'm left out, yeah, that's just not gonna work for me. I'm not gonna be able to, I wouldn't be able to handle that. I just know myself, I can't handle feeling the odd one out in my relationship, so I would just get out. So to make a throuple work, you have to, again, make everyone feel included. Maybe if it's people don't like certain foods, you have at least one person pick a different meal each night of the week, so then everyone's at least getting a turn, or it at least alternates, and then that's a fair system. Sexually, that just depends on the whole sexual dynamic of the relationship, because in a way you could have introduced a throuple because you 2 weren't sexually working, so then you found someone else that was sexually working, but then I feel you still have sex with the other person if they aren't maybe as horny as the other person. But again, that's just a personal preference. But also, like, I feel like even if one person has a lower sex drive and the other two are having way more sex without them, that person's still gonna end up feeling like excluded. So you still have to make them feel included as much as you can and try. And when it comes to problem solving, conflict, you just have to not always side, but then again, you have to, like, in theory, the safest way or most fair way is like 2 versus 1. Like, you have a majority decision, everything becomes like a group vote. But then if you start to feel like one person is always on the wrong side of the vote and never getting their way, they probably are going to check out of the relationship eventually. But then again, it's like, maybe you are more compatible with the one that agrees with you more and not the opposition. And I just feel like I wish you the best in your throuple. I just don't see it as a long-term situation, but as a temporary fix. Yeah, it could be fun. It could be something nice to try. Try to make everything as fair as possible, as fair as you can. But then again, it also just depends on the whole dynamic. Your 3 different personalities now blending together in one relationship. So it's not going to be perfect all the time. It's not going to be fun all the time. It's not going to be sexy. It's not going to be desirable. But you still have to make it work like any other relationship and just push through and try to make it a fair and loving bond, and just make sure you all have your date nights and make each other feel included and make each other feel loved, especially if you are a throuple. That means all 3 of you have to like each other. You can't just have one in the middle with 2 different boyfriends, because that's not a throuple. That's basically just polyamory, and you have like a main and a side. But if you are to live together, like, that would be very messy, because again, you could end up with 2 people that hate each other, and then you're stuck in the middle, and that's not going to work long term. So you have to make everyone get along and make sure everyone gets along, or else the throuple is not going to last. So thank you for joining me for this episode of SexxxPerTease.